Alright, so welcome back to episode 7 of Let's Create a Custom Story, and it's been a little while since last time. Again, yeah, these episodes are gonna be a little slower than they started out as, because right now I'm just doing a lot of tedious work that is not very interesting for me to record. So right now I'm just doing some kind of work on the side, plus I'm kind of busy, so right now I don't know if I'll be able to work on this at all for the next couple of days, because I'm doing a traffic course thing that yeah, it takes a lot of my time, so I almost have no free time. But anyways, since last time, well, I don't even remember exactly everything I've done since last time, but one thing I did was I made a few models here. And I thought we could continue on making this. I made the models, but I haven't made the entities or anything. So I'm going to make those, and then I'm going to make them into a puzzle that I've been planning for, I don't know, I probably spent like a week planning it, or, well, probably not in total, but I spent some time planning it to try to make it work. And I thought it's pretty interesting, where it's like you have to construct your own kind of maze. It's like a 5x5 rooms separated, and you can build your own path, but you need like these little pieces to do it. Well, it's probably easier if I just show you. So here's the frame itself. This is basically what I made. It's kind of similar to, if you think of the puzzle, the first one that we made with the pieces, the 3x3 though. It's kind of similar to that. Wasn't it 3x3? Yeah, it was. It's kind of similar to that, although this one is 5x5, so there's a lot more pieces to it. But this time I'm not going to use one model for each of them. I'm just going to use this one, which is kind of the same thing. It's like you can fit this little piece. It's blank. You can fit this little piece into the slots of this model right here, so that you can fit, 25 of these pieces in there, and they're each going to have, well, you don't need necessarily 25, not all of them are going to be filled in, but you're going to place them differently, and that's going to build your own kind of maze. But there are a few set locations that you need to be able to get to. So I'm basically just going to make it so that you can put these pieces in, and they're going to be like a path, for example, a straight path or a curved path, like a turn. You put them in the different locations. You start in the middle. So if you, for example, put a turn up here on the side, then you would be able to walk into the room next, like the room next to you, and that would lead you upwards. But if there's no piece here, that would be blocked off. So it's kind of like, for example, if you had a lot of straight pieces, you could build like a straight path all along here. Of course, you wouldn't be able to get to it unless you make it connect to the middle. So that's kind of like the whole idea here. And here is just a pedestal, which should contain some of the pieces, because some of the pieces, you start off with only one piece. Well, there are a few set pieces. This is the exit, this is the entrance, and this is the hub, kinda. This is like the center where you put all the pieces. And then there's going to be a trigger up here, and then there's going to be some blocks around, like for example there, that prevents you, or there, that prevents you from moving through it. And basically you will need to construct a path. The finishing path is going to have to look like this. Goes up there, but at the same time also connects there. So that you will need 8 pieces in total to build that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one's filled, this one's already filled, and that one triggers a door here that has a timer, and you'll therefore need to have both of them accessible at the same time. So it's probably easier if I show you. I made some billboards that this is kind of, since this is blank, I'm going to make an entity for each of them that contains a billboard that has the path on it, instead of having a model for each, because I might just redo that puzzle as well with the same kind of system, because it probably works a lot better. And okay, I'm not going to say this model is very detailed or anything good looking, but it should do the job. So I guess I can't exactly advertise this story as being visually pleasing, but it should be interesting, at least gameplay wise. But yeah, so I'll just basically put a billboard and print it on top of there, and then I'll save it as an entity. So I'll have 25 different entities instead of 25 different models, meshes, materials. No, well, I guess I could use the same texture, but that would also be kind of difficult. So instead of having all those files, I'll just have 25 entities, one for each, or not actually 25, because it's basically going to be very few. If I actually go up here to the billboards, I have these paths. They are that many, but there are only half of them because them are DDS and MAT. And by the way, I've been using DDS files lately. I've been making all my TGAs into DDS because DDS is preferred. So the way I do that is just I start up a Windows 7 VirtualBox that I have right here, a virtual machine, and then I just drop these on Dropbox and download them on there and convert them and download them back in, because, well, I have no local way of actually transferring the files. But that's probably not that interesting. Now let's try to get back to just doing some work here. So I've already opened them in the model viewer to make sure that they work and everything. So I have the mesh files, but I haven't model edited. I haven't made them into entities yet. So I'm going to start by doing that. So import mesh. I'm going to go into custom, puzzle slates, puzzle. Let's start with the frame. Actually, I'm probably gonna have the frame, this one, as you can see, it's a lot more detailed. Oh right, they're all into the middle because they're separate objects, so I'll have to rearrange that. It's gonna be a little annoying. I don't think they fit to the grid. No, they don't, so that's gonna be a little annoying. This one is 0.4, I believe. 4. Yep, and this one is 8, negative 0.8, which is over there. So yeah, 0.4, 0.8, and etc. So I'll just make this. I'm probably gonna have this. I'm gonna have to rotate all of these actually. Let me just do that right now. Rotate it like this. Alright, is it still working fine? Now they're a little too low, these. Oh dear, I shouldn't have done that. Damn it! Well, looks like I can't do that outside the grid anyways. But basically, this one needs to be up. How much? 0.2? Nope. 0.05 maybe, almost 0.1. That's still too much probably. Yeah, as you can see, that's too much. I don't know, let's 7.5 there. That might be it, but I don't know. But basically I'm gonna have this in the floor, that's what I thought, in the hub level in the middle, and then we will because I think that would be the most the easiest to kind of see or have a system of, because all the other ways would if this would be standing up, then it would be kind of clunky. Plus I have no real stand on it or no good texture on the back. It's kind of plain and just poorly drawn if you see. But so it's not that important though. I just need it to look alright. Actually, it's probably, instead of moving this one there, I should probably just move this whole frame downwards. It's probably a lot easier. Turn off the grid. How far down should it go? About there, which is 0.65. It's probably a good number. As long as like, good numbers for me are numbers that end with 5 or 0. Just, yeah, something that sounds like it could technically be precise. Perhaps this one should be at 0.5. I don't know. Now that is a little too short. So 0.65. If I do 0.7, then it's probably going to be a little too, well, not that much of a difference, but I don't know. Well, now let's see. This is, I'll probably just cut this and, yeah. Alright, so now we've distributed the little plates thingy slots. Now comes the part with the collision box, which is actually this is gonna be a bit annoying. Actually, it's probably best if I just move them all a bit up without the grid, so that something like that will probably be the better. Now let's add a collision box, and I would like to use the grid there and resize it so it fits, which is there approximately. Yeah, I could probably actually just use that. Yeah, okay, let's go with that. Although I'll need to, let's turn off the grid, make it a little smaller. I don't know if I want to fill in all of these, but I feel like I kind of have to, because well, I don't want you to be able to, of course, put anything through it, but since I'm going to have sticky areas in each of these to make the pieces attach, I don't know if it's really going to be important whether I have a collision box that is very accurate or not. The only problem is that I don't know, would be 4 by plus 4 plus 4, so 16. What? No, 12. That would be 12 boxes. Let's try and see what we can do. We'll need to make him very, very thin, though. Let's see, is this thin enough? Might be. I need to be thin, but I also need to be... Oh, how far up should this one be? It should be 2.2. Like that. Should be at 0.2, and should probably be... Yeah, it should be thinner. Let's see. Thinner. How do I make it thinner? Scale. Which one is it? Y? No, it's Z. 0.2. That looks like it's the exact size it needs to be. Well, alright. Let's duplicate that and pull it up 0.6. Duplicate. Negative 0.6. Duplicate. Negative 0.2. So I'll probably cut this too. Alright, so I finally managed to put collision boxes around the whole thing, and there is one inside here as well. It's just, oh well, it doesn't matter that much. But now let's just select all the bodies, which is this one, I think. Select all the bodies. Oh, wait, no, the shapes, that's the one. They're not bodies yet. Now they're gonna create the body. So now we have this thing, which is the body itself. It's kind of funny, actually. Alright, so we have the body itself inside there, which is just going to be the collision box. So the material should probably just be... Should it be rock? I think it should probably be rock. It doesn't need mass because it's going to be static. No gravity, no collision. Well, it should collide with the player, I think. You shouldn't just be able to walk through it. So other than that... Actually, if I do play test run now... This is a engine test, you can see what's happening to it. I think this will be fine, actually. I mean, you can't interact with it, you're not supposed to be able to interact much with it, so save that in the same location, puzzle slates, as the end file for this one. So now we have that one, which took a little while to do, but now we have it at least. Now let's go on, yes, and import mesh. The pedestal, just to finish off the collision box on this thing. And this one has the same situation with the little slate thingy in there. I need to go on all again. This thing, which needs to be rotated 90 degrees, which is this one, 90. And moved up, I don't know how much, approximately that much, which is 0.5. And then we'll move both of them up a little bit, or well, if we go into any of the side views, we can zoom in and look at it very carefully. to see if it matches. Now it's standing perfectly on top of the blue line. Well, almost. That should be good. So we have them standing on top of there, and we'll add a very simple collision box, probably just a single box. 0, 0, and then we will resize it to something 0.5, 0.5, and move it up just as much. Let's move it up 1. No, let's move it up 0.5 as well. 1.5, no, 0.5, enter. So now it's standing there, and this is probably fine, I think. I'll need to fit that thing in there, but it'll probably fit fairly nice, fairly alright. I can add another collision box. Let's duplicate this box and make some small walls by how do we even do this? It needs to be very small, so 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. It's a very small box. Needs to be even smaller than this, of course. Let's see, how big does it need to be? First of all, we need to find out where it's supposed to be. That's the height. It's a little taller than it should be, but about there. Although that's just that height. And let's do focus with F, just so we can get the camera located right where it is. It needs to be very thin. Now it's 0.5, perhaps 0.5 works. I like to make the numbers accurate as I can, just so that if it's one number off, then the collision box could be kind of strange. So this one probably needs to be twice as much in that length. I think this is it, 0.4. And, well, actually it might need to be a little more, 0.45. That's a little much, but perhaps it doesn't matter. Now let's see, it needs to be a lot shorter, like that. 0.15. 0.15. It's still too thick. Not that it matters that much, so we'll just keep it that thick. And I think that's a nice, like if I were to duplicate that around the whole thing, it'll probably work just fine. Duplicate, and we'll do the position to be negative. Duplicate again, rotate it 90 degrees, and we'll take this one up here, 0.215, 0.215, and put this one to 0. Duplicate it again, and invert the axis there. So now we have all of these. So we can fit the little box in there. We'll just go back to shapes, select all of them, create a body. And it'll be basically the exact same as the other one. This body is going to be material rock, no gravity, and just about that. And I don't think I need to do anything with this static prop. It doesn't matter. Might as well just be, because they're not going to be interacted with much. Just going to hold the piece. Now let's go to making the actual piece itself. This one is going to be difficult, or not difficult, but a little different. It's the slate itself, the little piece. And this is a texture. I quite like it. Like it's very simple, but it's basically just to indicate that this is the back side, and it can only be rotated in this certain direction, so that there will be a horizontal piece and a vertical piece, and it's not like you can just rotate the horizontal piece to be vertical, because then this back wouldn't fit. It's just basically explaining that the piece can't be like that. I don't know if you understand it, but let's rotate this one 90. That was the wrong axis. This one maybe. Yeah, that's about it. It probably doesn't matter that much. Yeah, let's do that. And we'll need a collision box, so let's add a collision box, and that was huge. 0, 0, 0. And make the size, let's see, 0.2. 0.2, 0.2. That's a little small, so 0.4. 4 and 4 there. No, that's still a little small. But 0.5, how much is 0.5? 0.5, 0.5, that's the exact size. But we don't want the exact size because that would be very difficult to fit. Something we noticed with the older pieces. This one should probably be 0.1. Something we noticed with the older pieces was that they were really tight together, so we want to decrease this one. So let's see, 0.475. 475, just like that. So that's it's a little smaller, so that you have the ability to move the piece a little bit, so it doesn't get stuck. Now create the body. This one should probably be the same material as well. Rock. It's not that, I don't even know if the rock material fits that well, but I guess it's all I have. This one should have gravity, mass. Let's give it 3 in mass. Damping, nah. Nah, nothing of this. But it needs to be object grab, or else it would be useless. And throw impulse, yeah, okay. So, oh yeah. Well, I could save. I should probably actually save this as a blank one. Let's just save it as puzzle slate _ empty. Just like that, so that we have a backup of it, because we're gonna have to make one piece for each direction. So the way I do that is that I go to billboards and I find the billboard that I made. You can look at it. Actually, it looks very weird in the preview here. As you can see, this one has the icon of the Finder upside down in a weird color. This one has the folder of Amnesia upside down in a weird color. I really don't know why that happens, but it's very strange. But it works perfectly fine, so I really don't understand it. But as you can see, I have 5 different here. I basically only need 5 or 6 pieces or so, or perhaps a bit more, because they're going to use the same billboard. I just got to rotate it. So let's start with the Omnipath, or I just called it Omnipath, just because it's everything. So we'll click this one in the middle. Click. As you can see, it's looks like that, but not right now. It's looking at the camera, which is a little weird. So is this the billboard? No. Where's the billboard? There it is. So here we have the billboard itself, and it's looking at the camera, which is really weird. We don't want that, so let's make the axis fixed, and we want to scale it down. What is going on? That is not how you scale it down. And okay, 0.5, and rotate it. Let's see, rotate it like this. All right, move it up, not like that. Move it back down, and try to make it fit just on top of there. So it looks like it's part of the texture, but it's just like an overlay. But it shouldn't look like it's hovering or anything. Let's see, can we? 50.5 seems to be the exact, and 0.51 should be 1 pixel above, which should be good. I get something in my throat, it's dry. Okay, so that should be 1 pixel above, which I think is fine, as long as it's not in the same pixel range, because it will be flickering, but this should be fine. So now, as you can see, this is a piece that is really weird at an angle, but hopefully that's not permanent. So I think this one is attached to the piece right now, or I might have to attach it. As you can see, okay. This is now a little piece. Actually, the lighting seems to be really different on the billboard itself. The billboard does not have a normal map or a spec map or anything like that. But let's the body. If I go in a body and click attachment, there is a billboard attachment right here. So I don't know if I need to attach it or not. I might not need to, because this is the only body and only billboard in the entity. But if you use several bodies and several billboards, you might want to attach them differently. What's up with that? I'm not even sick or anything. I'm like never sick. Lucky me. I'm just dry. I should get something to drink. So this episode has probably just been very unproductive, or just me showing you this. I'll just do this with all the other pieces, and then we'll start making the puzzle, even though the puzzle is probably going to be so difficult that it's going to take me several episodes to do. Or probably not several, but maybe I won't get it done in this one. Because it's a pretty big one. It takes a lot of scripting. I actually need to make some of the static walls into entities that I can move, so that I can have the animation for the different shifting walls and everything. Oh well, let's see. Alright, so now we have made all the pieces like this, so that they are all a little different from each other. They have a different kind of billboard attached. And here I actually have the what I was doing in school instead of doing schoolwork. No. But this is kind of the map of how I planned out the thing. We have the entrance below the home. Home is the hub level. The entrance, which is a ladder or something similar. And the finish, the block, and the trigger, and everything. And the small pieces are where you find the different pieces. I don't know, was that one supposed to be there? I guess it was. I don't quite remember why I placed everything like this, but basically the small ones are the ones you find. So you have this one already to start off with. We have nothing else, so you'll have to go there. Unless you take it off and put it on that side, in which case you can go there. You'll get a vertical piece. But that won't do you much unless you put it there, which will give you another vertical piece, which won't do you much either if you go just straight. So you'll need to go there to get the turn that you can put there, so you can go straight up there. Let's see. Yeah, that was a turn. What was I thinking here again? I don't quite remember. Oh yeah, you need to take it off. You need to put the horizontal one, then the turn, and then the vertical to be able to get up here. Well, you'll have two verticals, as you can see, and you'll start off with the horizontal one. You'll have two verticals that you can take all the way up here, which will give you the multi-directional one, which you need to put here in order to get. Well, anyways, I probably don't need to explain all that because I kind of already done it so many times. And even if it's confusing still, then it's probably not going to be less confusing if I just keep doing this. So let's try doing some work with it. So I think I can just close it, but let's just minimize that for now. And let's open up a level editor. I think we've come that far, maybe. We need to make a new map. Well, I want to make a new map because I think that would be easier to keep track of. All right, we need to make a new file. Import the mesh of we need to import the mesh of the static object wall because we need to be able to move it. Custom wall should be about PT wall doorway. No, not the doorway, the bricks. Bricks 1, bricks 2. Which one was it? I think one of them was straight, the other one was curved. It doesn't matter that much. Import this one. This one is not curved. So we'll have this one, I suppose. Why is it down there? Like that. And we can add a collision box to it. Make it flat. And pull it up. And put it in. And increase the size until it matches the correct size. And create body, material, rock, no mass, everything, no gravity. Oh, wait, gravity. I don't think it's supposed to have mass, no. This is going to be a move object. And it's going to be on the axis of... I kind of want these to be... Wait, do I want these to be angular? I think I might actually want these to be angular. Because if they're angular, then I can rotate them as if they're rotating, as if they're like turning the room, rotating in a circle around the center of the room. But if they're linear, then I can make them just slide in and out, which would make more sense and probably would probably look better. But if I make it linear, I'll have to make one for x and one for z, which is not a problem. Open amount, yeah, 1, I guess. Actually, let's just put 1.2 just so it disappears completely out of sight. Well, 1 will be the opening, so actually I should put a doorway in there, and then I should put this one in there. I might actually do that. We'll mess with the acceleration later, but for now we'll just do this. This is the linear x, so we'll save it as the entity file. Can I put the entity file up in the entities and still point to the static object files? I think that might work. Puzzle slates. I guess it could just be in here, or should I make it? Damn it! Should I make a new folder called other or something? Other. So we can save it in there. Save as, back, entities, custom, other, and save it as wall bricks 01 underscore lin underscore x underscore move or whatever, wall bricks 01 underscore move underscore x. Yeah, move x. Then we go to settings and change this value to z, and save as z, like that. All right, so now we should have everything we need for now. I hope, maybe, possibly, perhaps. Let's start by placing down a plane, which we find in here. Static objects, custom, textures. No. Where do I have my planes? Temple? This one? No, that's not the one. Wait, oh, wait. I just have it in the custom source, don't I? In textures, in here. Which one do we use? Cracked floor. This one is cool. Actually, let me just use this one for now, just because it's cool and I don't want to use it. Ooh, that one is really bright. Now it's not so bright, but whatever. So this place needs to be huge, kinda, because it's gonna have all the rooms. Let's start by just constructing one of the rooms, and then we'll duplicate it. So go to static objects, custom. Let's see. No, that's the whole. Wait, desert level stage. Oh my. Yeah, that's the whole level. That's what I thought. I was just confused by the small hitbox. It does that. It's annoying, kind of, actually. Temple stairs. Nope. And here are some stair models that I was actually working on to make for the stairs themselves. I don't know if they're good. They're all right, actually, I think, but they're a little difficult to walk up, so I might have to redo the whole thing completely just to make the steps. Just to like add in like 2 extra steps, because there are 8 steps in here. Might have to add in like 10 or 12 to make it easy to walk up, or I could use a collision box, but that's very inconvenient to do every time. So, but otherwise, I think it looks all right. Maybe. Tell me what you think. Let's go down to. Don't I have anything here? Oh yeah, the wall, the doorway. Okay, so we have that. How big am I gonna make these rooms? They're gonna be somewhat circular, you know, I think. I might have to make like a short wall static object, or maybe I'll just use planes, but I don't like using planes. If I'm gonna use them a lot, then I would prefer not to. And now it's very similar to that door thing. So let's see. Back 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And we'll probably put in a plane or something there. Let's see, what planes do we have? Should probably be the exact same texture though. Back here, static objects, custom. Where is it? Temple. This one. And just make a very small one. Rotate. put it up here or something. I don't know. I don't even fucking know, dude. It needs to be like that. Oh no, increase the size. Oh my god, so big. And it's not even rotated properly. Put it over there. This looks weird. Down. Like that. And the bricks are really big, so let's tile it down. Is that about the same size? I don't know. It's a little bigger actually. It's supposed to be 3. That's a little too small. Let's do 25. I don't even know if this is fun to watch, because this is usually how making custom stories end up being. Like, they're just trial and error, small testing, different things like that. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I don't need to be that precise. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so if we say this is the corner room, then it's not really gonna have the walls or the entrances. But we're gonna need this one in here as well, up there, it's about there. And we'll duplicate this one. Just flip it and move it over there. There, right? Flip it. Move it down there. Something like that. And we'll duplicate this one, flip it, and everything. Okie dokie. As soon as I just get one of these rooms finished, I can start worrying about the puzzle parts, because making a custom story is fun and all, but there are always going to be some boring parts. These being some of it. So I'll just duplicate this one as the ceiling. There. Over here. Up there. Can be the same texture. Okay, so we have that one room. And scripting up this puzzle is going to be very difficult. I might have to save that for next episode and see when I'll be able to actually have time to do that, because right now, as I said, I'm very busy with the traffic course, which is for driving, the driver's license sort of thing. I don't know how far I'll be able to get, because I know this is a big puzzle. So I don't know how much I'll be able to do, but let's see. All that is one room. And if I were to duplicate this over here, there, that could be another room, I think, probably. And next, 5 there. And now I should actually just duplicate all of these at once. If I don't select the ceiling, duplicate those down there, down there. Oh, what was that? I don't know. Down here. Is that there? And down here. Is that it? Yeah, yeah, that's it. Okay. And then we'll resize this one to be big. I should probably remove the doorways on the actual size, but it doesn't matter. We can do that. This is, of course, this isn't the actual level the puzzle is going to be in, although it's probably going to end up being it. If I, well, actually, I was thinking of having it in the same map as another one, but I might actually be better just to separate it, to use a different map. So I could just use this one as the actual map. But now let's do the ceiling as well. Move this one down. down there-ish, I think. Or is it one too far? Like that. But increase the size right there. Increase the size right there. All right. Now, let's say, oh yeah, we need to also block off some of the ways, some of the paths. Okay, so this is the hub level right here. Let's go to entities, custom, and see if these things that we made actually work. Puzzle panel, there are a lot of them. I have puzzle slot, empty, well, dead, down, dead up, empty, multi, omni, straight, horizontal, straight, vertical, turn down left, turn down right, turn up left, turn up right, frame. Oh, that is actually very small, but I kind of wanted it to be small-ish. Okay, like that. Because I don't want it to be huge. So that is now, I think that's an alright size probably. But if we need to tweak it, we will tweak it. Now we need to find out, okay, so for example, the first room that's accessible is going to be here, which is going to hold a piece, another piece for the puzzle. We're on this pedestal, and frame, let's see, piece, and that piece is going to be, actually there, it's invisible. Ah, okay, it's added on top of it afterwards. It's good. A straight horizontal one, like this one. And does this piece even fit in there? No, it's way too big. Why is it so big? Shouldn't be like that. It should be like this, kinda. I think it's a very big piece, actually. I might have done some miscalculations here when I made this. It should be about that size, but we'll see. Actually, let me just place that down, and actually let me just duplicate it over there so we have a few to work with. Oh yeah, we need to save the map. Temple, maps. What do we call it? Test 4. There is no such thing as test 1. There. Test 4. We need a spawn point. Player start. Plunk it down there. We spawn there. We can have the pieces there. I also need to make a billboard texture for the block kind of thing. So save that. We need the light value. I forgot about that. Let's place it there. This thing, make it huge. It's way too bright. It's disgustingly bright. 0.4. Save. Now let's go. Okay. It's almost 11. Okay. Let's go into the custom source settings. Change it to map test 4. And start up Amnesia and see what happens. How is everything gonna work? I don't know. We'll see. Start. Alright. We're in the level. Yeah. Okay. We can step on this thing. We don't fall through it though. Oh, something's wrong here. Ah. Blech. The billboard does not decrease in size. The billboard is not affected by... Ah, but as you can see, it does fit fairly nice in that little collision box that I made, because the collision box on this little piece is a little bit smaller, so it kind of clinks in there, but the collision box is a little too low, as you can see. It needs to be pushed up a bit. Other than that, let's see how it fits in here. Yeah, it fits in there pretty nicely. The billboard needs to be fixed. The pieces themselves are too big. So yeah, as you can see, I'm only gonna, when you put them close to one of them, they're only gonna attach like this way and not this way. You see? So this is a horizontal piece. This has to be a horizontal piece. It won't work vertically because this will automatically align so that it fits like that. Kind of snaps in like that. Just to explain that. Oh, whoa. I should also make these not collide with the player, or else you just step on it. Didn't happen there. Stepping on small pieces. It's not a good idea. Whoa! Ow, I even took damage. Well, the pedestal seems to work. Looks kind of weird because there's no decals or anything, but it's basically gonna manipulate the access to the different rooms. And my throat is getting dry again, so I think I'll have to end the episode about here, perhaps. I'll need to resize the pieces because they're too big. It looked like the billboard resized with it, but it didn't. And then we'll put these kind of things in as the walls here, and then we can have them animate when you, for example, put a piece in here. Well, the first one is going to be an Omni one, which has all directions open, but they're going to be closed unless there's a piece behind it. So you have access to it. So basically there's going to be one. Let's go to entities actually. It was wall, wasn't it? Fresh. Where's that wall thing? There it is. Move X. I think this is the one that's supposed to be here. That one is huge. Okay, so let's say in there. Okay. So let's say it's there, or there, or something like that. And then it will move. Actually, does that make it disappear in there? It does. I can make them a bit smaller, I think. Might have to resize it a bit like that. That looks weird, but I just need to make sure it doesn't, when you move it, when it moves out of the frame, it doesn't move into another frame. So that should be good. Just needs to be out of the view, and then it closes itself. Okay, so that's basically how it is, and this one does not actually exist here because the Omni piece is stuck there, so it'll always have access to the other rooms, but it will only do if the other part is open as well. So if both rooms are like meeting each other, then they'll open. Oh god, ugh, my throat is so I'm sorry. I really need to get something to drink. Okay, so let's just save that map for now, and we'll probably finish this puzzle in the next episode, hopefully. It'll take a while to script up, but I might not need to show everything, because it's going to be a lot of testing and a lot of debugging and everything, so I'll show you some of the key points probably, and again, if you have any suggestions, then please come along with them. I would really love them. If you'd like to participate in any way, shape, or form, well, actually, if you'd like to participate in this kind of project, then like ideas in the comments are probably the best for me, because it's something that everyone can do, and it's something I can read, and if you come up with a good idea that I implement, I will of course put it in the credits and everything. So other than that, I think that should be it for this episode, and I'm probably gonna go sleep soon. So hopefully this one wasn't too boring. I didn't really get much done. I just made the entities. Oh well. But next one is probably gonna be more productive. Although, as you might have noticed, production is going to go slow, so an hour-long episode doesn't get that much done, because normally you'd put hundreds of hours into a work like this, and I'm not gonna make hundreds of episodes. But you would usually put hundreds of hours into making a custom story if you're gonna make it really big and everything. And this isn't even that big. It's just takes time to make all these models and such. So at least, I don't know, we got something done, which then means this wasn't a complete waste of time. So I suppose that would be it for this episode. If you liked the episode or want me to work more and stuff and that, and I likes on the video is nice and stuff, yeah, motivating. Okay. But sorry about my voice. That would be it. I'll thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.